Lucky Lefty podcast. It's been a while left. The boys are back in town. Been crazy busy out on the left coast myself. That cat left is already. We didn't make it to well, you know what? I'll take that back. We made it as far as we wanted to. We got big things coming up. We'll talk about it. But we are brought to you by ONORA Whiskey, ONORAWhiskey.com. It's that premium American whiskey, ONORAWhiskey.com. And if you drink, by all means, you have to do it
responsibly.
Let's get it left. Lucky Lefty podcast, ONORA boys, brought to you by and courtesy of Believe Network, Believe in Notre Dame, Believe in Lucky Lefty, Believe in yourself. Audio edibles each and every day. Patreon.com/Lucky Lefty Network. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Lucky Lefty Podcast. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. It helps with the views. Leave your comments, questions. We respond to all. At Lucky Lefty Pod on all social media platforms. SD2 mics. That is the original Lucky Lefty him right there. MALIK ZAIRE. Left. Yo, you coaching basketball now, bro? You coaching women's basketball now? Is that what we're doing?
I'm not coaching, man. I just try to help the kids out, man. You know, it's all about the kids' development.
But you doing good. Her handles you trying to get her handles right?
To get somewhere. Yeah, I don't know where they're going, but they're getting somewhere.
Yo, it's so good to be back talking Notre Dame football. As for myself, it got real busy. Had to go out to the left coast, take care of some business. Thank God, baby girl is booked. She has shows coming up here in Chicago. In Chicago. Early returns. She's going to be doing the national anthem for a couple of professional teams here in the city. So that's going to be exciting, bro. And God is still in the blessing business. You did?
That's right.
You know, even though she didn't make it to the live show, she didn't make the final 12. Yeah, she did the what's the name of the soccer team out there in LA? Is that the Galaxy?
Yes, the Galaxy.
Yeah. She just did the national anthem for them a couple of weeks ago. And she is at I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're in LA, she has a show coming up. She is the headliner. I'm going to give you the spot. I believe it's called the Pinnacle, if I'm not mistaken, bro. Let's see. Wow. No, the Peppermint Club. I take that back. May 27th at 7 p.m. She is the headliner at the Peppermint Club. So if you're in the LA area, go out, support my baby girl, Ari Camille, man, doing a thing. And Pops had to go out to the left coast, bro. One phone call, zip, I'm out of there. Handle some business, man. So we got big things. Yeah, awesome. She just dropped a short film too. She does everything, bro. She just wrote, produced, and directed a short film about anxiety. So you can go follow Ari Where You Been on all social media platforms. She just dropped that. So I'm super proud of her, bro. She can do just about any and everything. And yes, she gets it from her mama. So that's awesome. Because her mother was a Columbia College here in Chicago. Very, very credible television and movie production university. And my wife actually majored in television production with a focus on editing. So yeah, she gets all of her gifts and talents from her mom, man. The good looks, they come from your boy. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Before we get to Notre Dame added its 16th commitment today. So we'll talk about their two running backs left. We'll talk about their two running backs. But they still have yet to yield an offer to the 27 quarterbacks. And I'm going to be honest, left. I'm starting to understand why. I'm starting to understand why. A boatload of offers went out this week. Mike Mickens is still cooking. Hey, Chad Bowden, you good over there, bro? I'm starting to see a lot of decommitments. You good out there at USC? Huh? You good? You good out there, Chad?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that and how Javion Osborne's teammate, who was originally committed to USC, might be visiting Notre Dame. Well, he is visiting Notre Dame, but can he end up in the fold? It's a lot of things tapping in and going on. But first of all, Left, how have you been doing, bro?
Good, man. Just trying to finish school. Couple days left, so the kids, they ready to get to summer. But it's interesting out here. It's more like all year round, so they only have like 2 months off and start early in August, which is interesting. I don't ever remember doing that myself, but it's cool to see transition and these kids getting older.
So our LL question of the day before we get into the commitment of Jonas Walton. I don't know if you've heard this, Left, but the greatest of all time will be joining NBC Sports as they cover NBA basketball. And let me finish. No interruptions. Thank you when we talk about the GOAT. And as a special contributor, and the LL question of the day is Notre Dame fans, let us know in the chat. What former Notre Dame player would you love to see become a special contributor to the Notre Dame broadcast? What former Notre Dame player would you like to see as a special contributor to Notre Dame football games, Left? I would like to see you, Left. I would like to see you, Left, on the sideline.
Listen, I'm trying to call
doing the weekly packages, doing the little interviews around town and stuff. Left, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, hey, we've given ideas. We've given ideas that have been taken up later. We've been more on the frontier of doing prophecies and speaking into existence, just like how we spoke. Marcus Freeman getting his own line to drop.
Yeah,
heard with their ears, and then started producing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't get the cut though. We still got to talk about that. We got to do some paperwork. Our guys will talk to you guys. However, I wouldn't mind. Listen, I'm free. I'm open this football season. We can make something happen.
I mean, you're a perfect candidate, bro. Perfect candidate. Perfect candidate. I can see it. But who would you guys like to see? Who would you like to see? They got some good answers already. Of course, Brady Quinn, Michael Kostrup. Thank you for that answer. I got Marcus Freeman, Brian Van Gorder, and Ash. That's funny.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Bill Jefferson says the bus, of course. Who wouldn't want to see the bus?
Yeah, that'd be
cool. Black Rhino 75, Joe Montana. Joe would actually be pretty dope. Now, that's a GOAT. Now, that's another person that can be considered a GOAT joining as a special contributor. I can see that. I can see that. We appreciate you, everyone. All the well wishes. We missed you guys as well. I'll throw one out there that I would like to see, Left. I'll throw one out there that I would like to see. Big O. Big O is funny, man. I don't think Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Big O was hilarious, bro.
That would be good. That would be good.
Big O unleashed.
Yeah.
Yo,
do his thing. Just let him go.
Definitely do his thing. Tony Rice. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Lamar, we would have to find Tony Rice, bro. We would have to find him and keep. You know what? Ev, that's somebody else. What is it with Notre Dame quarterbacks, man?
So it's a very you see SHAUN over there in his interview. He did a podcast and he
did.
his ever expanding. He's always evolving. But it's such an experience. Either it's all or nothing, as you can tell. I mean, guys are disappearing for years. Joe Montana don't even get him. He's not back as much as you would expect. You know what I mean?
No. He was back. He was back for a regular season game. I believe he was there for the Indiana game, and he was on the road. He was on the road, I believe, at the Penn State game. I think Joe was there for about 3-4 games this year.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Ricky Waters was around this year.
Ricky Waters around, yeah.
So Marcus Freeman is bringing him back, bro. You know what Marcus Freeman has done? I'll keep it a buck, Left. We won't even get into the former coach and how he treated former players. We won't even get into that. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
But I just think there's a level of pride being restored within the alumni and former players. Not just from the W's, but the way Marcus Freeman is winning, Left, is very similar to how those players did it in the 80s and 90s. It's not like it's air raid, throw the ball all over the field. It's, we're just going to beat you up and punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
We're going to beat you up and punch you in the mouth, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're going to kick your butt for 4 quarters. Right? And they didn't have passing quarterbacks in the 80s and 90s. Rick Meyer was the best of the bunch. Kevin McDougal might have been more efficient, but Rick Meyer was probably the best of the bunch as far as being drafted in the first round. But this is very similar football that harkens back to the way Notre Dame used to win games, bro. And I think that is the feeling that a lot of these older players are loving. They're wanting to be around the program. They know they're more than welcome to be around the program by Marcus Freeman and the staff and the administration. And then you have the administration lock in step with the head coach, where, from what we hear, wasn't necessarily the case previously. So Tom Zibikowski.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Chris Zord. I don't know if Chris Zord could be entertaining as a special contributor, but he's so quiet, man. It's just he's doing it. Once again, Chris Zord, shout out to him. He's doing an incredible job in the Chicagoland area with his philanthropic work, man. He really is. He really is. Someone that's also in the trenches advocating for young people. Man, I really tip my cap to the years of service that Chris Zord has continued to, how he's continued to serve his city and his village, particularly on the South Side. Jonas Walton left, 16th commitment, running back. Really, this was locked in maybe about, I won't say 2 weeks ago, probably about 10 days ago. And I actually like it. Messiah Mickens is somebody that Coach Sider, who, by the way, Coach Sider left when he was hired. When he was hired, you said, he might not be Dylan McCullough, but this dude is really good at what he does. And you said he's really personable. You were like, Coach Sider is really personable. And we're seeing that by how quickly he turned around the Javion Osborne situation. He got him on campus, and immediately in 2 days, that recruitment was turned on his head. And then to go out and get Jonas.
He's like one of those cool dudes you meet in the pool hall or something. And he just spitting games. He's like, man, it's a solid guy. Man, he buy you a beer or something. He's like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, hey, young blood.
Yeah.
Young
Just
blood.
Yeah. Teach you all type of stuff. He become your road dog. You like, I want to come back. You know what I mean? So, that's how he talk to you. You like, man, this guy put me under his wing. Real cool dude.
So he already has horses in the barn.
Yeah.
And he has 2 more. high octane horses in the barn and really thunder and lightning. Jonas Walton is very much along the lines of Aeneas Williams, the versatility in the passing game. Also, power, but
Well, the
shifty.
running back position is underrated in terms of the glory it doesn't get in terms of being a RBU. In a sense, we've had a good spell of running backs, and I think it's a very respected thing to look at Notre Dame. See a guy like Kyron Williams, see a guy like Jeremiah Love, Josh Adams, Dex. I mean, we've had a run of running backs in the near future, of being productive and getting a chance at the next level. Aldrich Estime. I mean, guys that are just in the room producing that you would look at and be like, why isn't that RBU to an extent? It's almost like the lineman. If you are a lineman and you get that off from Notre Dame, that's your golden ticket. Like you're a receiver and you go to Ohio State, that's your golden ticket. I mean, at this point for Ohio State, they're nabbing the top receiver every class. But, we're nabbing some pretty good old linemen ourselves. And for the running back position, with us having a very solid coaches, very underrated coaching group that we've had at Notre Dame at the running back position with Autry Denson, Juan Sider, Dina McCullough, Tony Alford. I mean, like, if you really think about it, hey, that running back room has had a very, very, very nice coaching staff or era of coaching.
Yeah.
I mean, very solid. Something that's underrated. You don't hear people talking about it enough as that being a top 5 running back spot to go to. Why not? You're running behind a great offensive line every year. The team is primarily run. They're going to give you a lot of attempts. You just got to wait your turn. We haven't been poor in the running back position in a very long time. Very, very long. And the coaching stands for it. Autry Denson was a head coach, and he went to the NFL. Dina McCullough went to the NFL. Coach Alford, big-time guy in college football still. Coach Sider, two potential first, second round running backs, Penn State, long time. Florida, put some guys in the league. I mean, hey, this is exciting. It's not a coincidence you get a Jeremiah Love, a first round potential. We built up to that. Had a Kyron, right? Aldrich, getting warm, getting, even a Tony Jones Jr., underrated Notre Dame back during that era. And he played in the league probably the longest. Out of CJ and, I mean, we made running backs that wasn't even running backs at first with CJ. Turned into a 1,000-yard third-round pick, Kyron Williams dominated for a little era. Dominating with the Rams. I just think
I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Yeah. I think we had Aldrich top 5 to 7 all time in that range. I think we said Aldrich was top 5 to 7 all time. I'm going to be honest. By the time the current group and the 26 kids are done, Aldrich might be 9th or 10th. He's top 5, 7 now.
How far are you going back?
I'm just talking about the current kids in the room now. Jeremiah Love's going to push him down 1 by the time he leaves. Aeneas and Keidron Young have a chance. Keidron has a chance to be 2.0 version of Aldrich. Right? Nolan James Javian Osborne, dude, you got 3 or 4 kids that might put up better numbers because Aldridge really didn't get going until his junior year.
It just matter when they're gonna play, you know. But we put a guy out consistently. We put a guy out pretty consistently
though. Yeah. Justin Kane, do we still have a chance with Brian Bonner? I'll be honest, I don't think Notre Dame, if Notre Dame adds to the running back room, if they take a third running back, it would probably be somebody. Put it like this. If Brian Bonner is good enough that if he says, I want to come to Notre Dame would probably think about it.
Yeah.
But I think Notre Dame is at a point where they're good with the 2 they have. Messiah Mickens has pretty much said he's locked into Penn State. He decommitted, then he recommitted. The Zephyr Walker kid had visited, had interest. It's a chance, man. I think Notre Dame at that point would probably take somebody that's more of an athlete that they can play at the wide receiver position or in the backfield and do a lot of different things with.
Like a Zach Branch type of thing?
Yeah.
Or a Jordan Faison type receiver?
Somebody like that. Somebody like the Legend Bay kid out of Texas, who's a quarterback who can play a little wide receiver, but he could also play like a little running back. He's an athlete, special teams. That's the type of kid that they would take him and add him into the mix at the running back position. I think that would be the type of kid they would go after. But like I said, you get a top 100 kid like Brian Bonner. Are you really going to tell him no? All right. Jonas Walton, once again, they go to Georgia. Notre Dame is making inroads in Georgia once again. They beat out Tennessee, Florida, and Alabama for the kid. So that right there just lets you know the type of running back we're talking about. 164th in the nation. He's 12th best running back in the nation. 4-star and 6. Generously, you can call him 5'10", 5'10 and a half, 205 pounds left. I just love the all-around player that this kid is, man. He just puts up some incredible stats in a state that's pretty amazing. Average 8.79 yards per carry, bro. 187 carries, 1,544 yards. 9 100-yard games, 3 200-yard performances in 12 games. Workhorse, Left. Workhorse.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, this is
yeah. Marcus Freeman, you talk about the coaches. Heck, Marcus Freeman's running back recruits since he's been head coach. Kind of ridiculous, bro.
But it's crazy because all of that goes back to it can be overshadowed by that QB and receiver position. And that's been speaking louder than appreciating what we've been able to do at the running back position through the years. At this point, we're reaching about 10 years? 10, 12 years?
Yeah.
Of just like great running back play. Great running back play. Great running back room. I mean, the year I was there, everybody went to the league pretty much. Or got a chance in some aspect, So
Yeah. But I agree, Left. Big time pickup. The running back room, the running back legacy in Notre Dame continues to be outstanding. Notre Dame also picked up a commitment while we were gone. Aiden Pouncy. Aiden Pouncy, safety, 6'2", 180 pounds. Winter Park, Florida. 4-star, ranked 140th in the nation. 12th best at his position. And look, this young man, in my opinion, has the skill set to play all over the field. Play a little bit of cornerback, play both safeties, and He's a sure tackler. LSU, Syracuse, Miami were in the mix for this young man's services. Miami was seen as the leader a long time. Aiden Pouncy, his brother Jordan, I think you were going. His brother Jordan committed to Mike Denbrock, and then Mike Denbrock. No, he committed. His brother Jordan committed during your final year in the fall of 16. And then when Denbrock was let go, or he moved on, Jordan Pouncy decommitted, and then, but he was with his brother on all of his visits. Yeah, he ended up going to Florida. Yes. Yeah. Oh, and you played with him at Florida.
No, he was the year
he was coming in
there or something. But he wasn't there when I was there. I think it was the year after. He was here.
He came in as a freshman the year after.
Yeah. But okay. He was heavy Notre Dame. I remember him switching.
Yeah. So the familiarity with the family. Brother came on the visit. Came in. Mike Mickens, man, latched on to this kid and just did not let go. Even when it looked like Miami, even leading up to the days of his commitment, it looked like Miami would be the school. And Mike Mickens goes ahead and works his magic, and they get this young man in the fold. What else is new? And you would fully expect that he, would fully expect that this young man will sign with Notre Dame and once again probably shock everybody, because a lot of people worried about his long speed. But if you looked at his film last year, his offensive film left. I don't know if you watch it. His wide receiver film,
pretty nice.
It's almost just as impressive as his defensive back film.
Yeah,
it really is. And he just has he's a long strider, easy speed. Each stride takes up a lot of yardage. And I can see how you could look at the film and say, I wonder about his long speed. Man, this kid can cover some ground. So if you start putting him on the back end, especially at the safety position, center field position, now you're cooking with grease. You pair him with a Joey O'Brien in this class.
You're doing it.
Yeah. Mike Mickens, I told you, man. I told people a couple months ago on the show. No, I think it was about a month ago on the show. As great as Mike Mickens has been in recruiting, the 26 class might end up being his best class thus far. Which says a lot. That says a lot about what he's been doing. So Aiden Pouncy was added into the fold. Of course, a couple of Saturdays ago, Javion Osborne made his commitment to Notre Dame. He chose Notre Dame over Michigan. This was a Jawan Sider and your boy, Coach Alford, battle down to the wire, with Notre Dame getting the final nod from Osborne. His visit, and then for him to come right back during the blue and gold weekend, I think spoke volumes. I believe he did go to Michigan one more time before his decision was made. But once again, Jawan Sider, like we talked about it, left. Incredible job. And got him into the fold. And then last but not least, Jacoby Clapper. You like this linebacker. St. Xavier out of Cincinnati left. Jacoby Clapper. I like this kid, man. I really do. I think he might end up being one of the steals in this class. 6'2", 215 pounds. I absolutely watch his film and see what Max Bullock likes about this kid. He can come off the edge. He can play inside at linebacker. He can play in space. He is really a chess piece at that position. Long, athletic. You watch the film, first thing that jumps out is his arm length. I can't wait to see his arm length measurements when he finally shows up to campus. The kid is absolutely fantastic. And then this past weekend, 6'2", 285-pound defensive tackle Tiki Hola out of Bastrop, Texas, committed to Notre Dame. And
doing our thing.
Hey, man, Al Washington. Hey, Coach Washington, because if he can pull off the trifecta of Rodney Dunham, Ebenezer Utade, and Dre Quinn, if he can pull off that trio, my brother in Christ, as our boy Ken Gibbs says, the Holy Ghost will be let loose up in here. Do you hear me? We will be playing the organ to start every show.
Yeah.
He gets Rodney Dunham, Ebenezer Utade, and Dre Quinn coming off the edge in this class.
Yeah.
I'm going to go bonkers. I'll go bonkers up in here.
Yeah, but hopefully he starts showing some producing on the field with some guys, man. Some guys out there.
Mm-hmm. It is one of those things left where I think the momentum of this class, and this has been a nice run. I think Notre Dame has one more 5 to 6 commitment run coming up in July. I think it's one more coming, one more burst to get them probably, because right now they're ranked anywhere from 2 to 4 in the recruiting services for the 2026 class. It's been a while since Notre Dame has actually stayed and been in the top 5 on National Signing Day. So that's something we would like to see. We'll see if they can do it, Left.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it.
Let's see if they can do it. Also, while we away, Notre Dame and Clemson announced a 12-game football series, bro. 12 games football series, and home and away. And I think we're going to have Ken Gibbs on tomorrow night to talk a little bit more in depth about how this impacts the ACC and why. We talked about this, Left. Remember we said Clemson has no true rival currently?
Right.
South Carolina. Yeah, that's a long time rivalry, but it's not conference.
Right.
There is no conference rival. They wanted Florida State to be that.
Right.
Florida State can't be consistent enough. And so the only rivalry where a team has actually been able to beat Clemson consistently in the last 5 years, they've beaten them twice at Notre Dame.
Yeah, but
so I'll leave it at that.
I guess that's like saying,
hey man, look, I still have a sour taste in my dude. First of all, we got to beat Ohio State. At least we beat Clemson.
Yeah, at least we beat Clemson.
At least we beat Clemson. We haven't even beaten Ohio State, so leave them to the side for the moment. Yeah. This gives a little bite to Clemson in the remaining years of their contract. Right. This is what Clemson needed this. Notre Dame didn't need this. Clemson needed this. Clemson needed this. And I hope it inspires, Left. There is no longer an excuse, especially since they're going to expand the 16 teams. You know what's coming. They're expanding the playoff to 16 teams. It's coming.
Think so?
Yeah, absolutely. It's too much money on the table. Heck yeah. It's too much money on the table. And they're too greedy. Everybody's too greedy and there's too much money on the table. They're definitely going to go ahead and expand to 16. There is no reason, none at all, for these teams to be playing directional schools. Play somebody, because you can lose 1 or 2 games. You don't have to be Floyd Mayweather every year. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be Floyd. It's okay. See, back in the day, Left, it didn't matter if you had 1 or 2 losses in boxing because you still got the same respect, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali lost to Joe Frazier. Lost to him in Madison Square Garden. Then came back and had 2 fantastic rematches that he won. But it was okay to have some losses.
Yeah.
And he's still viewed as the greatest of all time. Now, I don't know why, but these schools are so scared. Well, I know when it was just 4 teams, I know why they were scared to go out and play another good team in non-conference. Because they were scared of that L because they probably expected to get one in conference play.
Mm-hmm.
And that probably would take them out of the running for the playoffs. Now, 2 losses, you're good.
Yeah.
2 losses, you're good. We could lose 2, get in, and still win.
And still win, yeah.
And still win. So now, hopefully, this encourages the good teams to actually play each other in non-conference games early in the season, Left.
Right. It's got to. It's got to.
The all-time series is only 5-3 in favor of Clemson, by the way, Left.
I mean, they beat us when it's mattered, I guess.
It seems a little bit more lopsided, but it's really only 5-3.
Okay. I guess that's, yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
No. So we'll talk to our guy, Ken Gibbs, about every year there's a team that gets the peacock treatment. Like the game ain't even worth putting on the major network. That's North Carolina State this year. So we're going to let Ken have it. We're going to let K. Gibbs have it.
Well, they might be all right this year. They might be all right.
We're going to let K. Gibbs have it tomorrow when we talk to him. They gave North Carolina State the peacock treatment, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Texas A&M home schedule was announced. Texas A&M, 7:30 p.m. We have 3 primetime games at night, bro. 3 night games this year.
That's about right.
And I think you're right. Purdue, 3:30 p.m. Boise State comes in, 3:30 p.m. All of those games are on NBC. And then NC State, another 3:30 game, Peacock only. Not even worth it. And USC, and then Navy, and then Syracuse. Round out. That last game on November 22nd, senior day, your boy Steve Angeli comes back in the building, baby. That I don't know. If he's the starting quarterback coming in for senior day, you want to talk about net storylines and narratives.
That's good. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Storylines and narratives. That's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I'll be excited for that.
That's gonna be pretty good. That's gonna be pretty good. I can't wait, Left. I think it's gonna be exciting to see this home schedule and see how it plays out. That October 18th game, I want to beat USC really bad, bro. Like just beating them is not enough.
It's not enough.
It was too close last year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they deserve to get beat up pretty good. Deserve to get beat up pretty good. Lucky Lefty podcast. Did you see your boys put a posting on LinkedIn for a trainer?
Ooh.
The Lakers. You didn't see that, Love?
It'll be all right.
We need somebody for Luka over here, y'all.
Luka's gonna be good, man. He just got his feet wet a little bit. Now he gets a full off season with the Lakers. He's gonna be back where he should be, man. He's 30-10.
He won't be with the Lakers this summer. He'll be back in Slovenia playing with them to qualify for the Olympics.
He's 30-10-10.
And he gives up about 20, 10-10 on the other end.
I mean, that's cool then. He gives you 30.
If you want to say that's cool, that's fine.
I think they'll be fine. LeBron, year 23, wearing 23, something about it. Who else is in the 23 club like LeBron James? I can't find one. They're going to be good next year because they're going to get a big some point. This offseason, they're going to get a sign of big. And that's all they needed. If they had a big, they would have swept Minnesota.
Hey, Nico. Shout out to you, Nico. You made sure that briefcase got to Adam Silver. You made sure the briefcase got to Adam Silver on time. You made the payment. You made the payment. You know what I'm saying? Nico's sitting up in his office with a nice cigar, a little cig. You know what I mean? A little Nora whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta love the NBA, bro. You gotta love the NBA. They don't care. They don't care. They just show you it's rigged. They're like, hey, we don't care.
Oh, it's rigged because okay.
Oh, the draft lottery? Draft lottery. Dude, come on, dude. Are you serious?
How they
the way the Bulls got Derrick Rose that year? Come on, man. That was pure marketing. We had 1.8% chance. That was pure marketing. And here's Dallas. Kyrie go. Do you realize this is the top 4 teams? The top 4 teams left. All of their superstars had season-ending injuries.
That's just like
LaMelo, season-ending injury. Wemby, season-ending injury. Kyrie, season-ending injury. Who's the third team? It was the Spurs. It was Charlotte, the Spurs. Dallas. I forget the third team, but their star had a season-ending injury as well. It was almost like they were like, you know what? We got to get paid these kids. Man, dang. All right. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and pay them back. 3 teams that weren't supposed to be in the top 4 jumped into the top 4. Come on, man. Come on, man. I can see one team jumping in. I can see one team making it.
It's rigged like that.
I'm just saying. Adam Silver, boy, you got paid. Boy, you ran it like Chicago politics. You can have it. Just give me the briefcase. Adam Silver played it like Chicago politics, baby.
You can have it. Just
make sure you deliver the briefcase. Deliver that briefcase. Well, is there any game on that home schedule that worries you, Left? You got Texas A&M on September 13th, right after the Miami game. Boise State, could they come in and give you a tough game on October 4th? USC, October the 18th. Navy's going to be good again. They return most of their offensive talent.
Good. We beat them by what, 40 points?
We were great. They were good.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we broke them, but we broke a lot of teams in the second half of the season.
Yeah.
We broke Georgia Tech for a while.
Yeah, we was breaking teams down.
We broke Georgia Tech for a while. Then we turned around and broke Navy. They weren't the same. I mean, that's what Notre Dame did last year. They broke teams.
Yeah.
They broke them. We'll see if they broke Indiana in that game. We'll see how Indiana comes out.
That's true.
They break teams. That's what Notre Dame does. Well, at least that's what they did last year. We hope they do the same this year. Anybody on their schedule that you say, that could be a tough one that sneaks up on Notre Dame?
Man, honestly, I don't know how the team really looks right now. I don't know what we're really consistent of and what we're going to and how our quarterback's playing. So not that I'm necessarily worried that those teams are better, but how are we running as a team?
Mm-hmm.
Recovering defensively just from a structure standpoint and losing some big that we have guys that can play, but not having Xavier Watts is a whole nother story. We survived without Benjamin Morrison, but that's still leadership. You saw those guys that showed up for him on draft day.
Yeah.
So now it's like, that's going to take I think it's going to take a few games, especially to really lock in, which is why I think offensively we have to come out swinging. Now it's not going to be a 40-point greatest show on turf situation.
Yeah.
We need to be able to put up points like an average college football team. We haven't played like an average college football offense in some years. We've played offense to win, which is the goal. But we haven't played as like a team that can get 45 every week.
I see what you're saying.
We play like a team that, okay, if we need 17 to win, we'll win with 17. But I do think at the end of the day, offense is going to still be the forefront and the poster child of this team, because we know that was the deficiency of what we didn't get over the hump with last year in the national championship game. So I just believe that at the end of the day, they need to step up. Denbrock, they have all the pieces. Denbrock, Coach Gino, Gaduli, Sider, great staff. They got some capable guys, some guys in that receiver room that want to start showing that they can do it, as well as the stable of offensive line and running back combination that we got. So everything's set the scene, including the tight ends. Couldn't forget them, but it's setting the scene for the quarterback to shine and the receivers to get a lot more respect on the offensive side of football for what Notre Dame can be capable of. That's just what the deficiency has been for quite some time, is that they can be so much better. Defense, we don't say that about. Defense reached a full potential, quote unquote, being, looking analytically, some of the best football you can play defensively. So just imagine if we had a high flying offense with that. You're talking about a team that's, 11-point victory, not 11-point loss in the national championship. We really put it on some teams if we had an equally yoked unit on that side of football, which, I thought we did well enough to win. We had some talent, guys got drafted. But that's the biggest question. The perspective is we just need more from the offense. If recruits is telling you I got to wait till this year to see what we look like, that's a red flag. I'm like, you're a recruit in high school. You don't know nothing about what we got going on. You telling me you got to wait and see. What are you talking about? Dang, you criticizing us. So I do think that the challenge is there. How many years have we been talking about, teams are just going to load the box and play one high safety? That was, good grief. That's been the sauce for Notre Dame for so long. Now, defensively, we've been able to adjust to different things and been in close games, but always came out on top, I felt. Last year we went against two first-round receivers, literally. We had 2 first-round corners, potentially. But they definitely had 2 first-round receivers. So it's like, I feel really good about what has to be fixed in order for us to be good in that schedule. I think we can get another run of an undefeated, 1-loss regular season schedule. Because, I might have to give it to Marcus Freeman. Maybe he just got one in the tank for that. Maybe he just got one BS loss that we're looking at like, oh, this is an easy dub. How many people looked at that last year's schedule and said, oh, NIU, we ain't even looking at that game? So Marcus Freeman, we know so far that he got one of them any. One of them going to be like a disappointing, like, what are you doing? Like, you cannot lose them type of games. Marcus Freeman just got one of those in him. That's just how he is. Out of all the good, he going to give you one of them. You be like, do you need to be on the hot seat? Oh, okay. And he come out of it, okay. Well, whoa, you had us change pace for a second. We was, whoa, which that adds to his legacy. But they roll the credits of his time at Notre Dame. They're going to have David Shaw smiling. They're going to have Thomas Hammett press run, They're going to have the Gatorade shower at Marshall on the field.
Coach Freeman supports his fellow black coaches. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
He supports his black coaches.
Detriment of his own self. He be getting them brothers paid, putting a Hall of Fame.
Facts. Let me put this on your resume. Let me go ahead and put this on your resume.
Thomas Hammett is enshrined. Oh, what? He's an all-time great NIU off of one game.
All time.
They gonna talk about that that's the highlight of their, football program. Marcus Freeman said, let me get that to you. They're gonna play
Notre Dame got Ethan Hampton, the quarterback for Northern Illinois, a spot at Illinois. He transferred to Illinois as a quarterback, bro. Off that Notre Dame game. I guarantee you that.
Game. Tyler Shuck drafted.
Man. They kept showing that throw They kept showing that throw over and over again.
I told you. What did I say about that? Way back then, I prophesized that. I said, we're going to get him drafted. And when he gets drafted, they're going to keep replaying that play against Notre Dame. Come on, man. I can write TV. Of course that sells. Because what you gonna do it against Wake Forest? Nobody watching that. Nobody watching them highlights. So, and then you didn't win against Miami or any of the teams you're supposed to. So it's like, Notre Dame does a lot of good service for people out there in their careers. Who knew Tommy would be coaching Shadur Sanders? It's a recipe for it. I'm not going to wish bad on the brother. But Tommy's not the greatest with other egoed quarterbacks. He's just not. He needs him an Ian Book type, Drew Pine type.
He looked like he had a pretty good rapport with Shador for that first couple of minutes.
He looked good for camera,
yeah. He was mic'd up. That's probably why he knew he was mic'd up. You're right, Lev. You're right. He had to tell Shador he was mic'd up. Like, hey, I'm mic'd up.
Come on, man. This rookie minicamp. It's all fun and games.
Yeah, he wasn't paying Dylan Gabriel too much attention, though.
I don't know. The Browns are the Browns for a reason.
Yeah, that's the whole state of Ohio professionally, unfortunately.
Not the Reds.
The White Sox just beat them last night. The White Sox stink. Wait a minute. The White Sox stink. And they just beat the Reds last night. It was like 5-1, something like that. Let me check the score tonight. The Reds are probably killing them tonight. But I know the White Sox banged them last night, and the Cubs just got through banging them a couple of weeks ago. Chicago's just been going into Cincinnati just
yeah. I mean, hey, everybody can win one game. It's all good.
Oh, the White Sox beat them 4-2 tonight. What you know? That's 2 in a row. That's 2 in a row, baby. Oh, White Sox. I told you. That's
42.
Them Reds stinking it up. Left. What you say about the Reds?
We got a better history anyway, so we're not worried.
And we playing pups. We're playing pups. We're playing
you playing young guys, huh?
Yeah. Who else? We don't have anybody else to play.
So what we playing? What the Reds playing? Young guys.
No, I don't want to hear that. Y'all been playing young guys for like 5 seasons. I don't want to hear that. No. I don't want to hear that anymore. After 5 seasons, I don't want to hear that. Oh, the Reds lost 9 of the last 11 left? You need to keep quiet. Oh, by the way, did you hear the latest news? Did you hear what Trey Hendrickson said?
Oh my God!
Did you hear what he said? Guess what the rumor is saying. Guess who the trade partner for the Bengals is? Ooh. Come on, man. Y'all, Cincinnati, you're treating Chicago so well this summer. You're letting the Cubs beat up on you. You're letting the White Sox beat up on you. And you're about to trade Trey Hendrickson over to the Bears. Oh, we love you, Cincinnati. We love you.
What y'all gonna give us? What y'all gonna give us? We need some pieces.
For who? Trey?
Yeah,
get some picks.
That's
about it.
He
a third round.
What?
He a third round.
No, we need some trade value. We need some people. He's at least worth 2 or 3 starters.
No, y'all not getting no talent.
Whoa.
Y'all ain't getting no talent.
Whoa. What talent?
We'll send you some
last year.
We'll send you some wings, some pizza, some of that stuff. I'm not sending you talent off the roster. Lucky Lefty podcast. When we come back, we kind of figured out why there were no offers made to the 27 quarterbacks. I think Mike Denbrock has a type. And we'll talk about it coming up next right here. Lucky Lefty podcast. You already know. We spin it different.
What's up, family? The merch shop is finally here. Lucky Lefty Network merch shop. We got it all. From the shirts to the hoodies to the hats to the nitty gritties. Come here right now. Shop with us. Come get the swag because you know, if anything else, we spin it different. You see the gritty. You see how we get down. It's elite.
Lefty podcast, ONORA boys back in the building. Brief hiatus for a week. I was out there on the left coast with Left, handling business. Glad to be back with you guys. Subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. It helps with the views. Leave your comments, questions. We respond to all, courtesy of Believe Network audio edibles over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We thank you for your support, your downloads, and how you continue to push us to do what we do. Patreon.com/Lucky Lefty Network, Lucky Legends Podcast. And don't forget, all social media at Lucky Lefty Pod. You can lock in with us. Oh man, Left.
Yeah.
Have you been following this Diddy trial, bro?
I don't know what's illegal about it because it just sounds consensual.
I don't care how consensual or what. It's nasty, bro. This is what I said to somebody. And I'll explain it like this because all of that, what it sounds like consensual. I'll say the same thing I said when it came to Robert Kelly. I really don't care what the courtroom says. I'm going to sit back and see what the culture says. Because the jury might not have known. The judge might not have known. The attorneys in the Robert Kelly case might not have known. You knew who did know? The city of Chicago for over 2 decades knew exactly who that dude was. There was no secret. It was in the streets for 2 decades who he was. Chicago knew. So I don't need to hear from the judge. I don't need to hear from the court system. Chicago knew. And Chicago, as a culture, needs to take some type of accountability for harboring the things that took place within our vicinity and our city limits with that dude. We knew he pulled up in my high school when I was in high school. He pulled up in my wife's high school.
At the high school?
Yes. He wasn't hiding anything. He was hiding in plain sight, bro. Everybody knew. The entire city knew how he moved. And they looked the other way because of the music. Yeah. So that's what I'm interested in. I don't care what the court said. What does the culture say? The people that know who this dude is. What are they going to say? Are they just going to welcome him back in like nothing happened? Because, that video still exists in the hotel. That's not consensual. So that's just the way I see it, bro. I don't need to see anything. All I need to see is how this culture is going to deal with it in the aftermath. Because I think the prosecution has a very shaky case, according to the charges that they're trying to prove. But hey. Oh, yeah, by the way, did you see that the new Pope is from the SHAUN and a White Sox fan? Did you see that too, Left? Did you see that too, Left?
Good Lord.
Now I'm just saying, don't call on the Lord now. Don't call on the Lord now. Don't call on him now. Lucky Lefty podcast. 3 quarterbacks that are in the running for the 2027 quarterback offers. Signal to myself and Left that Mike Denbrock has a type.
Uh-oh.
Can you remind the folks of the quarterbacks that were in the room when Mike Denbrock was the offensive coordinator at Notre Dame, Left?
You had Brandon Wimbush.
Mm-hmm.
Ev.
Yep.
MALIK.
Yep.
Had you DeShone Kizer.
Yes, sir.
You had some weapons.
Wasn't the all-time winningest quarterback in that room too at some point?
Ian Book was on the tail end, but Ian Book, all-time great.
What do all of those quarterbacks have in common, Left?
They can move around. They can play make.
Mm-hmm.
Throw that ball deep.
Mm-hmm.
When in doubt, run it out.
Yeah.
Heisman's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got a good track record.
Yeah. So you wonder why the 27 quarterback offers had not gone out, and why a kid like Trey Taylor does not fit that mold. As much as we love him in the pocket,
yeah, he's definitely not that mold.
He doesn't fit that mold. And
it'll be good though.
Oh, absolutely. And that's cool that he doesn't fit that mold. That's cool.
Because Denbrock got a type. That's a good start.
Denbrock definitely has a type, bro. He definitely has a type. So what we want to do is we want to talk about 3 particular quarterbacks that Notre Dame has watched work out over the last couple of weeks. And their names are Peyton Houston, Malachi Ziegler, and then Kareem. Oh, man. Whew. Kareem Hughley left. 3 kids left. You've watched their film. And as soon as I sent you the film and you hit me back, your exact words were, "Let's go." Double exclamation mark. Like, yo, let's get it. This is what I'm talking about. These are the type of guys that we need to have at the quarterback position. Let's check out Peyton Houston first. Evangel Christian Academy, Shreveport, Louisiana left. What do you like about this kid when you watch the film? Big time arm from this kid. Small stature. He reminds me of Ev. Smaller type. He looks just like Ev to me in the pocket.
I love the confidence. I love the fact that, double covered. I trust my guy. Give him a chance. It looks a lot of how the confidence of a Jaden Daniel was. If he got some dudes, he's going to give him a chance. No matter if they're double covered, wide open, if he likes it, he's going to take it. And the confidence that he can make all the throws, and not afraid to take a shot. So what I also do like, too, is the fact that because he's smaller in stature, he's got to have quicker, more active feet. He just very smooth, very technical, but also is explosive. He plays with some excitement. He's just not back there. I think half of football is entertainment anyway. He definitely gives more of an entertainment value, which is I guess is somewhat of a trait to have, a certain entertainment value that you give when you play football is exciting to watch. It's something that you feel like can get you those extra plays in a game that isn't always scripted. You know how hard it is when you got to call 60 perfect plays?
Right.
You got to call 60 perfect plays and hope that they execute, let alone if it break down, can you make it a good play, So this is the type of guys that Denbrock likes to have, because he knows one thing, that he wants to throw the football deep. So he needs a guy that's going to be taking the chances, completing the ball, buying time, knowing that, you might have to hold on to it a little longer, but these players are going to develop And you got to take a shot. He's not. You don't see too many plays on here where he's throwing 5-yard slants.
That's facts.
You don't see too many slants and whatever. You see people running down the field. You talk about what was missing from Notre Dame. This is what was missing from Notre Dame. Throwing down the field. All that running is cool, but he's running, throw it down the field. He's not running because he's like, oh, I need to run somebody over. He running around like, okay, I got to buy a little time. Oh, he's open somewhere down there. Somewhere down there.
Yeah.
I'm doing.
It's funny. Someone mentioned that in the GTB question. I meant to get to it. They were asking you, Left, what do you think Notre Dame does this year? Do they throw the ball more, down the field more, or do they stay balanced and allow the run game to set the tone with these two young quarterbacks that might end up starting?
I just think that Notre Dame wants to see what they have first. What's the baseline of what we can build for 1 or 2 years with a guy, and then kind of work in what we ultimately want as a quarterback at Notre Dame, and that's being vertical. A vertical offense fits with a defense that we have that can be stingy at times, and it's hard to just score bunches and points. Mm-hmm. When you add the scoring in bunches offensively, now you cook it. Now we got a team that's competing, and the perspective changes, and people are more intimidated because not only can we shut you down, but we might put 40 on your head first half because we going downfield. You in trouble, So that's the excitement that Denbrock wants to add to an offense. Like we say, he's got to go upstairs to his attic and brush off that good old playbook down that he had in the Bayou. He had to call Coach Kelly, say, hey, send some of that film over, Coach. We're going back to the drawing board. No more slants and hitches. No more slant. We need double posts. All goes. 22 to 26-yard crossing routes. Maybe throw a screen here or there. That was cute. We might send 4 or 5 guys down the field. Going is the way to go. That's what we need to do. So I think, those things are addressed in recruiting, and getting a guy like this is
Excuse me. I was blowing my nose. Go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
Getting a guy like this sets the trend. This is what you need to be able to throw that ball down the field past 10 yards. You look at his film and look at Riley's film, you can see that we're making a change.
Mm-hmm.
So Kenny or CJ needs to throw that ball down that field. CJ has shown, hey, that's CJ's talent. He gonna throw it down there because it's 4 or 5 stars down there running routes and catching. The player's gonna make CJ, not the other way around. Not that it's a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
CJ know how to, get in where you fit in, know how to do the technical things and all the right moves and all that. Makes you a good quarterback. So we know Kenny gonna push the ball down the field. He's got some ability to run around a little bit. It's just about his decision making and consistency, in crucial moments. Can't be throwing no pick and no red zone, that sort of speak. But I do think though that we got something special, man. We got an opportunity, and Denbrock sees it like he's excited. He said we had 3. I really thought he was saying we had 2. But he knows that it's going to be more explosive than the year before. He knows that they have to be on the frontier of this football team, because no longer is it going to be cool to score 13 points in the game. And, now we heated up towards the end, but still it wasn't the vertical passing game.
Yeah. Next up from Gainesville, Florida. Talk about the backyard of the Florida Gators. 5'11", 180-pound quarterback Kareem Hughley from Gainesville High School. I'm sorry, not Gainesville, Florida, Gainesville, Georgia. I apologize. Gainesville, Georgia, Gainesville High School, and left. When I tell you, this young man pops and his film pops. Whomever set this kid's film up, edited it, and put it together, they know exactly what the heck they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing, man. Because this young man, I'm telling you, I'm trying to get his screen up. As soon as I get it up, everybody will be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. This kid is absolutely phenomenal, man. But when you talk about the quarterbacks, while I'm getting this up because I'm having difficulty right now, when you talk about the quarterbacks left, what is it about the challenges for these young men? Talk about CJ and Kenny. What's going to be the challenge for them in this offense moving forward?
Well, the first year, you don't know what you don't know yet. So a lot of the experience you're going to have to go through. It's real time. And with no veteran leadership in the QB room, preparation is going to be different. I mean, every guy's got to find their way, essentially. And in moments like these, a veteran would help tremendously, like a Steve Angeli, teaching guys how to prepare for games and what to do. And, that's going to be a growing experience for those guys because there is no veteran leadership. So I do think that's going to naturally put you in a different state, right? Because you don't have no big bro. So it's going to be some ups and downs, until one guy either is uber, ultra, super talented or, I mean, you might strike lightning once in a while, but 9 times out of 10 is going to be tough in the beginning. But that's why it takes a 2-year process under Denbrock. He's proven it. You stick with it. You can have talent. You can potentially win your Heisman.
All right. This is Kareem Hughley right here. This is against Juju Lewis and Carrollton. You talk about a cannon, bro. He might have the best arm out of the trio of kids we're going to talk about tonight. Explosive with the ball in his hand as well. Love this kid, man. Patient. Look at that throw while being hit.
Yeah.
This kid is phenomenal.
That's what you want. That's what you want. See, these are the guys that you win that 13th, 14th, 15th game with. These are the guys you have in the national championship. All right, we're going to need you to throw 20, 30, 40 times.
Yeah.
We're not going to say you can't win national championship throwing it 20 times. You just can't do it. Can't do it. So this is the type of guys that get the other players around him excited to play for. This is how you galvanize leadership on the team when you throw it down the field.
What does that do for a team making plays down the field versus just lining up and running the ball? What different energy does it bring, Lev?
I just remember the reason why my teammates had confidence in me because they said, when it down, he's just going to throw it deep and give us a chance. It's that giving a chance, right? You work all game. You want to have the highlights too. Give me something. And that is a different energy than, all right, we're just going to beat you up all game.
Yeah.
When we can hit you with deep plays and it's a momentum thing and if we're in a low spot, that all it takes is one play. Think of the Warriors. They're like, yeah, y'all can be beating us, but all Steph got to do is see it go in one time.
Yeah, that's facts.
and you in trouble. That's different than, oh, we're the Cavs. We're a good team.
Yeah.
We're just going to beat you. We're going, as a team, we're tough. We're just a good team. But when you the Warriors, it's like, okay, they good.
Yeah.
But if you say the wrong thing to Steph, and he start hitting them threes and playing, dancing and all that, there's nothing you can do.
I'm going to see that play over again. It's out route. Look at that. Anticipation. Bam.
Yeah. This is what I like about him. He's got good urgency with his feet, a good natural timing for things. He's not just holding on to it because he's just, you holding on to it for the effect. He's getting the ball out in the pocket and yardage, and which is good for the receiver to catch and get yards after the catch. That's what you got to like from a quarterback. He's going to give you the ball early enough to where you're not catching it running out of bounds. You're going to catch it with some space. You can look around. That's the type of quarterback you want to play for. But like I said, it's that momentum of, okay, he might get in, he might mess up, but it may be 2 or 3 plays where he could change the game.
Let me see that play again. He got hit right in the mouth, bro, on that throw. Free blitzer comes up the middle. Bam. Right on target. Nice fade route down the red zone. Really like this kid. Yeah, I really like this kid. I might like him and Peyton Houston. But Malachi Ziegler has been, dude, this summer, Malachi Ziegler has been lighting it up at the camps. He really has.
I mean, that's cool.
But I don't care. I like all 3 of these kids. But Peyton Houston and Kareem Hughley would definitely be at the top of my list of the 27 quarterbacks. And ladies and gents, Mike Denbrock has a type. I think it's pretty obvious. He wanted Deuce Knight. He got Noah Grubbs. And now, these are representatives of the people or the young men they've been going to watch recently in the 27 class. Yeah. Both of those kids are short too. They're like 5'10", 5'11", but they're playmakers. They're playmakers. It's very rare you get a Deuce Knight playmaking type that's like 6'3", 6'4".
I don't even play like that.
No. So, and you've already done a film breakdown of Malachi Ziegler. You watched film of all 3 of these kids. Go ahead and place them where you would have them on your board, Left.
Peyton's the last guy, right?
Yeah. The last guy, Kareem Hughley was the last guy we watched. Peyton was the first.
Kareem will be my number 1 for sure. It's not even close. All right, Malachi Ziegler. I mean, it's a tie between the other 2. I just really like Kareem. I think he's better than both of them. And then the other 2 are just consolations. They're still good, but, you get excited when you watch Kareem.
Yeah, definitely a screen popper.
Screen poppers matter.
Yeah.
What do your eyes tell you?
Yeah, so just a little intel. Notre Dame went to see all 3 kids. Malachi Ziegler, they watched him. He had a private workout set up with all of his receivers in front of Coach Gaduli, and it was in the rain and wind. He felt like he lit it up. He threw 128 passes in front of Coach Gaduli, 64 to both sides of the field, 8 different route combinations.
He had a pro day?
Yeah, pretty much he had a pro day. He pretty much had a pro day in front of Notre Dame. That's wild, right? Hey, I'm just saying, man.
What type of is that? Like, what do you call that?
Gino probably said, yo, I just came to the school and he just happened to be on the field practicing.
Nah, man. 100.
He said Notre Dame watched him throw 128 passes. It wasn't a private workout. Let me stop. I made the mistake. It wasn't a private workout.
No, that's a private workout right there.
I threw a little sauce on it. Notre Dame was there when he was working out with his receivers in the offseason. He just happened to throw 128 passes, 64 to both sides of the field.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go. I want to make sure I say it the right way. Kareem Hughley is actually going to be visiting on May the 19th. He said when he comes, he's looking for whether or not he fits into the culture of the locker room in the program. He got a chance to it was a regular off-season practice for them that Coach Gaguli got a chance to watch. So he was in his normal operation with his team. And then oh man, I already talked about Hughley. I talked about Malachi Ziegler. Oh, Peyton Houston, another kid that he was practicing, and Gino got a chance to watch him practice, and it was a scheduled spring practice anyway. And so he threw the ball 50 to 60 times for Coach Gaguli, or in front of Coach Gaguli. Let me make sure I say it correctly. In front of Coach Gaguli, he threw the ball 50 to 60 times. So
is he like standing on the sideline? Where is Gaguli when this is happening?
He's up in the Notre Dame helicopter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he a passerby? Is he like
yeah?
The corner,
like, I came to see the head coach of the school, and the head coach was like, "Oh yeah, our players are out there on the field. You can watch them throw." And coach was like, "All right, cool. Yeah, let me watch them run around a little bit." You know,
I mean, do they have to? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Do they have to even lie about it? Not lie about it, but they can give a briefcase of money, and
they're not saying, no one in college is about to sit up and say, "Yeah, we had a private workout for this kid."
Why not
do that? I don't think the rules allow that.
I don't know what they allow now.
You're right. I have no clue what they allow either, bro.
They got kids doing streaming and all type. I don't know what's legal, what's not legal, because everything is NIL. You know, you get NIL in high school, I guess.
Man. Yeah, look. Gino's been on the road, man. And obviously I don't even think this is something else. I think Gino is the face and the front man. Mike Denbrock this is Mike Denbrock's type.
Yeah, Mike Denbrock's like, this is who you need to go to.
Yeah. This is Mike Denbrock's type. Yeah, this is a Mike Denbrock call.
Mike Denbrock.
That's the way it comes across to me, look.
We need playmakers, guys with arms that's gonna throw it deep. Ed was like, I was like that. I don't know. Deshaun was like that. The way he was talking in his interview, I'm like, what are you talking about?
I was waiting to get your feedback on that Deshaun interview. Like,
yeah, I'm like, what you, Steve Jobs? What you talking about? You just act like football just restricted you so much from taking over the world. I'm like, dude,
from what you really want to do in life.
Yeah, like what? Like you like football is such an accident or something. Like, what are you talking about? I don't know. You know. Yeah. Oh, he got engaged. Shout out to him. Got engaged.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So. But yeah, that interview was bogus, man. Whenever you put them round glasses on. now you philosophy Joe or something. All right. Deeper meaning of life. All right. Okay.
Oh man. Oh man, I missed this show, bro. As much as I love doing what I needed to do. Out on the left coast, I missed this show.
I just thought it was ambiguous to say that. I'm like, you did not feel like that. What are you talking about, dude? You was just talking about how you better than this and that and all this.
Like, let that man express his feelings, bro.
It's like that's acting. That's acting. Put them glasses on. Now you wanna in a black turtleneck, and now you Steve Jobs. It's like, oh, you Steve Jobs now? All right. I don't think that was. I just personally, I don't think it's true what he was talking about. Maybe now, you got deeper me. You living on the beach and all that. That's cool. I'm just saying, you have more respect for your game and all that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, don't do yourself like that. That's all I'm saying.
Let that man speak his truth.
Man, that camera get on and glasses get put on. You a different guy. You a different. Change the world.
Oh man. Tomorrow, Kent Gibbs, Locked On ACC, joins us. The win totals. Notre Dame's win total is 10. Bye. Notre Dame's win total is 10. Released today by Circa. Snatch 10, it up.
That means 2 losses or 3 losses?
2 losses, yes. Over under.
Freeman got one in him.
That's one.
Yeah, that's one. He gonna have one. You like, man, dude, why you lose that game? Like, then that's annoying. He gonna give you one of those.
Do coaches even care about going undefeated now? The way everything is?
I mean, you care about making that playoff. I don't know. I mean, shoot.
There is no pressure to go undefeated anymore, bro.
Illinois is a prime example of.
Hey, no, stop that! Don't use my squad as a prime example, bro. It's 127 other teams in Division. No. You're not gonna get away with that because we taking advantage of your Cincinnati crew. Don't try to bring it back to Illinois. Don't do that. Find another school.
You would agree that 10-3 at Illinois is different than 10-3 at Notre Dame.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yes,
I would agree with that. Yes,
that's why it's like undefeated. No, we 10-3. We in the streets. We're in the street selling. We're going crazy.
Well, first of all, we're
job hirings, elevations, promotions.
Bro, we're in the streets on Green Street if they're 6 and 7. It don't down in Champaign, they're in the streets.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so
top 10 party school in all of America, bro. It's
10-3 at Notre Dame. You just going back to class.
Yes.
You going to class. Go to class, bro. You ain't did nothing.
It's crazy that 2 of the top 10 party schools are located in Champaign, Illinois, and Madison, Wisconsin. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Cold weather. Top 10.
Or top 10.
Top 10.
How do you even quantify that?
I don't know. If you ever go to Champaign, go to Cam's. That's all I'm saying. Just go to Cam's.
On y'all top 10. This is self-proclaimed.
And I'll be honest, man. The Cam experience is overrated, bro.
The what experience?
It's a spot called Cam's. It is the spot on campus. And I remember when I went with my friends, I came from a diverse high school, right? So my friends that I came down to U of I with from high school was a diverse group. So this is crazy. I swear. This is a Big Ten school. You already know it's like 50,000. Population is crazy. Out of 50,000, it was literally 2% African American. And of the 2%, 90% was from Chicago. Like, so it was basically everybody from Chicago public schools.
They can get into Illinois.
was down there in Illinois.
Yeah, that's who was in it. Yeah.
Exactly. So
y'all already knew each other, which is cool, you know.
It was like literally, I think I came in with a class of like 1,100 kids.
And you had a good little group.
All of us, and like you said, 800 to 900 of us were from Chicago. So we all like knew each other or knew somebody that knew
He was
person. So we were all 6 degrees of separation. Yeah. Everybody ended up being really close. And so we always partied together.
Fun. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah,
so when I got with my other crew from Morgan Park that lived on the other side of campus was segregated, dude. All the black kids stayed in the same two towers. I swear, this was the worst, man. All of us stayed in Florida residence or either Pennsylvania residence.
It wasn't like I was all spread out.
No, it was 2 towers. They both had 12 floors. Boys on one side, girls on one side. Dude, I swear at least 70% of the black population was either in these 2 towers or either in the 6-pack. That's it.
That's it. It wasn't no.
You want to know where the brothers, when the bros and the sisters are? Go to the 6-pack or go to FAR or PAR. That's it. Hey, that's where we reside.
That's where they,
So my boy, he stayed in Taft. My boy Shatal, he's actually at ADA out in San Diego right now. And Shatal Thacker, that's my boy. I got to get up with him next time I go out there. And Shatal stayed in Taft. Now, Taft was a bougie dorm. Taft, it was like a newer dorm. They had all the new amenities and everything. It was right across the street from Memorial Stadium, right across the street from the football field. So it was like brand spanking new. And I'll never forget, I went over there and they were like, dude, let's go to Cam's. I'm like, Cam's? They're like, yeah, you never been to Cam's? Like, everybody has to go to Cam's. Right. And so I'm like, all right, y'all hyping this up. And they talking about like, man, the girls are da-da. I'm like, all right, like y'all hyping this up. This better be. You go on the spot. It's basically a bar. No chairs. It's just standing. Everybody stands up. No chairs. The music was B96, your regular pop music of that day. And they had $1. Now, this is back 20 years ago. $1 pitchers on Thursday nights, bro. A pitcher of beer was $1. When I tell you, I had never seen a bar full of drunk people. Usually go to a bar, some people are drunk, and you have some people that are buzzed. Everybody in there was drunk, bro. Yeah. Everybody. There was no one that had their wits. Absolutely no one, bro. Nobody was $1 pitchers of beer?
Yeah, you going crazy.
They were in there going ham, bro. It was ridiculous. I was just like, yo, I think I spent like 40 minutes in there where I was like, nah, because I was like, I'm going to get into a fight.
It's just gonna happen.
It's too many dudes in here inebriated. I got on some nice shoes. Somebody's gonna step on my shoes.
Okay, but that was always my question about that. Why would you wear nice shoes out?
That was my bad because I didn't know we were going out.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we were going out. Yeah. Like, oh wait, where we going?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Called the bad spot.
I didn't know we were going out. So that's my story about Champaign-Urbana, man, being a top 10 party school. Camps is overrated, but the rest of the campus is top notch.
Yeah.
It's just but I haven't been to Camps in a while. It's still going. It's still open. Hopefully they made some renovations and added some tables and chairs. Hopefully. It's 2025, man. I think that what they wanted to do was create an atmosphere where people were coming in and out.
Right.
But you don't want to stand for a long time. You come in, you stand, you drink, and then you leave. And then the next crew comes in, the next wave comes in, does the same thing. They drink, then they leave. So it's a college campus, 50,000 kids, dog. It's a gold mine. It's an absolute gold mine. Lucky Lefty podcast. So we talked about the recent commitments to Notre Dame. We talked about the home schedule that was released. Tomorrow night, we're going to talk about the 12-game commitment between Notre Dame and Clemson, but I got Ken Gibbs. We're going to get into the ACC over and under win totals, and then we'll get into some more business of the ACC, and we'll talk about what we learned about this offense. Left said he doesn't know quite yet, but we're going to get into some of the nuances of what we did see that Notre Dame can lean on.
Because let me ask you a question.
Sure, go ahead, Left.
Quarterbacks that we just watched, are they anything like CJ and Kenny? No.
Kenny's closer to those guys than anybody.
They ain't moving like that.
Yeah, Kenny's not moving. He's not moving like that. But Kenny's a lot bigger than those dudes too.
That's what I'm saying. Kenny big now. Kenny
and CJ are much bigger than those guys.
He's thinner, right? CJ's a little thinner.
CJ,
but he's like
he's a little thick. He's got a little thickness to him. Pause. CJ is not skinny, bro.
I thought he was pretty.
Nah, CJ is not skinny.
Or nothing, but he ain't muscled up though.
Who, CJ?
Yeah, CJ probably like
he's not like that.
CJ probably like what, 190, maybe.
Outside of pads, what do they have CJ listed at right now?
Kenny like 230 or something.
You think so?
Kenny big.
6'3".
Man, all these Chicago restaurants keep coming out to Arizona, man. I know you've been seeing my tags now.
Man, I'm ignoring everything you send me, man.
They're promoting Chicago food.
Yeah, well, they know it's the best food in the country.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's pretty simple. We're going to get the
simple.
Yeah, we go get the best food in the country. Yeah, that's pretty simple. That's pretty simple.
Got a pizza puff from Harold.
6'3", 210. 6'3", 210 for CJ.
Dang, does he look too tired?
He's actually 2 pounds heavier than he's listed 2 pounds heavier than Kenny.
Ain't no way. Kenny's a big. I've seen Kenny in person. I'm like, you kind of solid. Like, you still got the baby fat, and all that.
Not the baby fats.
They both young, man. They just young.
Thank you, Dark Baby. Love the podcast. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. GTBs, super chats. Thank you for getting those in. As soon as you put them in, we get those locked in as well. Yeah, Kenny is a lot. He did thin out from his freshman year when he first got on campus. D-Dub, you don't have to say that, man. D-Dub, come on, relax. We're not losing 11 games in 2025. Come on, man.
10.5 is pretty good for DraftKings. I think 10.5 is good. We're gonna lose one crazy one, but I've accepted it.
Said you accepted it.
It's gonna give us good content, so I can rock with it. But man, Marcus Freeman.
Yeah.
Don't do me like that now. Don't lose a good game. You're gonna lose a silly game, but don't lose a good game.
So we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be back here, same time, Ken Gibbs, Locked On Network, and then we'll be back Friday with some of the Lucky Legends crew to get their thoughts on the season, the spring, and what to expect. So we're back at it, locked in. My craziness is over. I'm trying to find a real manager for my baby girl because this
SD Records ain't.
Nah, dog. This Nah. Nope.
Come on, SD to A&R. What happened to SD Records?
I'm the daddy.
Okay.
That's good enough. I be the pappy, as your boy say in life. I be the pappy.
Okay. SD gonna work with more local artists.
There you go.
Local guys.
I can set up this. She's doing 2 fests in Chicago this summer. So I've already locked those down.
Yeah, we do those for sure.
That's it. After that, and I'm not getting any pay for it. Oh no, bro. My time is valuable.
Yeah. You can't just be A&R and an SD record with no check.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Lucky Lefty Podcast, SD2 Mics, Malik ZAIRE. Man, make sure you continue to spin it different.